yene the policy strategic analyst, that is, or a lead economic analyst, Edema, the new force, your friend Hubert Bedu. Open Akwaba.
Yeah.
Bibiaboko.
That's it. Yamiadum.
Good.
Bibiaboko now so.
Yamiadum. We are told to say, and Dr. Bawumia, and John Dramani Mahama, Eko file nomination, and Yayanti Yese, that I can be there because be filing the DNA. How true is this?
Some would say, na no cre.
Okay.
Na edika no. Mami fan na say kese Emma Onua TV. Say mama ya kwenye biem. Say yemebo na nakwame bedi ako. Ne nsempa no ho dewuru. Afei so me de nchia kese pa ebeko ama Ghana fo nyina danfo. Boys and girls nyina danfo. Na kwame bedi ako. Anopay mechiano pa.
I see. Job what time be file nomination time be?
By 10 a.m.
Oh, 10 a.m. yeah. Oh, so just about 10 more minutes now.
Me no ka say na kwan so ayekwa no.
But nana kwame any running mate. So obviously filing the nomination.
Ghana mremu no say we running mate untimi file nomination.
Yes. Yeah, but you didn't running mate.
Ne mu memra no enkyere say je say ye da running mate na di.
Okay.
Enti running mate ne de ye wo pa.
But so the more running mate on paper.
But
Munyanda na di.
Eno na waka.
Mobile launch mobile dana di da be.
So the Ghana fo nyina enim no munim se eba marketing dia. Na na kwa me bedi akon edi kan pa.
I see.
Ye wo se ne ahye nyoma.
Oh yeah, strategic economic analyst Edema the new force.
You.
Nano na kwa bedi akon ede ne eni suade hunu beto Ghana fo anim no. O ka kire Ghana fo se or the 12 ministers and they be really on my way.
You.
I mean, yenya other parties and other presidential candidates for so much so. What is the main focus of these 12 ministers on between me really on my way? Because your original ministers across Mokrade Omobru 12 per the original demarcation Omobru 12, but also 12 ministers and on the bay. How is it going to be possible?
When you are medawasibim na edikaino me pese Ghana for eya so na omutie assembly. And they say no human law can immunize itself against human intervention. Actually say emra bia ni ho a eye nipa na ahyehya saa mra no ebo ne ho ban against nipa na ahyehya mra no. Enti se nipa hyemra nipa na sesa no.
Okay.
Esan se emra ne wo ho e de manipa. Se be ma ya setenem atumpon.
Okay.
Na obehwa Ghana emra ana se constitution no. Ema ho kwan se president ebetumi appoint regional ministers. Nenso so onkyere dodo a obe appoint. Enti se regions near 10 and I say 16 na or appointed 16 ministers na in the will of the president no obetimi appointed deputy ministers 2233.
Okay.
Enti se wo hwe sadie yesi akraft ye mmra no bia it makes our country overgoverned and misgoverned.
I see.
Enti na kwame bedi akon ani so ade hunu ne say sa regional ministers here omodeda regions here no a constitutionally no they have never had executive duties or functions.
They are an oversight responsibility.
They are just representatives of the president. The can say the 16 regional CEOs and ever
CEOs.
Prepare you. And
So technically, yes, assigned Dino from being a regional minister to CEO.
And you Dino kwa. It is the function also.
Okay.
So the regional ministers, they don't have executive duty to initiate projects in the region.
Yes.
It is so regional minister be anywhere or could baby akaseme ba no maybe a factory way my industry way no na eku o man no
sure
enti so onye adwuma bia mfa mo region ne dia ene na etua ne ka for what enti ye de ne say ye be build industries across all the regions of Ghana na sa 16 regional CEOs we ene be accountable to industries na ye be bie no. This is the vision of Nana Kwame Bediako.
Be accountable because you're going to be provide this kind, you're going to be initiative like you just said.
Okay, another thing. Ade baako a ese Ghana for ehune say the regions of Ghana no ese semi-autonomous.
Okay.
They are sub-national units or enclaves. Ese omo ankasa have omo small economic units and I say economy. Na ni nyina eboaboa no na enya a consolidated economy for Ghana.
Okay.
So we said the metre no. Na se wanya enipa obede da sa regions ya no no operational duties. Na currently the omo wa ne administrative duties are. Yen to me benefit from regions no. Enunti na Ghana ha say so bia ma ne bag so a na senya abrochire no okwa enkran e no oba. Nenso so Accra no the whole greater Accra no is just 1.4% of the entire size of Ghana.
Yeah. I see. Very interesting. Another issue be some reason and that you margin kakra. Say obe make sure say your food security benya betumi store aduane for 100 years.
Yeah.
Is it going to be within 4 years? Because constitutional mandate president bia say obeko one term. Oko one term new year na Ghana for ehune moba betumi akobiem. To Ghana for ehune moba no masansora really elected to become the president. But within a space of 4 years, how is it going to make sure say betumi enya food security for 100 years?
Minua ya check.
Oh really?
Ohwe Ghana ha say ya sase no. 85% fertile. Say Ghana ha no TV3 anase onua abontin ya so yi. Se odi nsuo kura gu fom a wanhwe ebe fifiri bibi. Bibi a odi betu fom bia ebe fifiri bibi. Enti bibia ni ho a ekire se oman yi esase ekom ebam.
I see.
Nansen yetete se aban asan ponisika e de kra
$500 million, yeah.
Any idea?
Yeah.
Which is sad. Ghana enye oman a etwa se ekom kra bamuda. Ese senka yetimi nya aduane mani buso. Na ye mum ye export. Nenso so we have a failed leadership.
A failed leadership.
We have a failed leadership. Na sa failed leadership no. Ekwan bi so no yenia Ghana for eniama ho kwan. Unim bibi menua.
Catch me.
Enioma mienu ene ne Ghana for ADSC.
Ebi ne den.
Na the edikan no in finance your friend no sunk cost fallacy.
Sunk cost fallacy.
You. Na there's a sunk cost no kire ne say. Oye business bi. Na ode usika akoshim. Na business no emfa return emma. Na enso so sika na ode akoshim no wo mpese obelusu nti. Kosoa na ode sika na ye de ebi ehemu. Eno ne sunk cost fallacy no.
Eno na chi so kra onya faso bi.
Onya faso bi emfiri mu. And you are unable to cut your losses early enough. Ghana for your situation in him.
Interesting.
Ya bo MPP any NDC for ho ka. Ade no boy ka na enso so ye hu na akwa akodi mu no ye ntimi nkate your losses ntem. Na wo mu nso ahu no na wo mu take advantage. De to so mienu. Ade ba ko a ene Ghana for ADSC ye frɛ no say Stockholm's syndrome.
Stockholm's syndrome.
Ane.
Brofo dem de bi ba yo.
Kasa ni bi wo ho a ni twi ni ho.
If you check Stockholm syndrome.
Na sa Stockholm syndrome yi.
Yes.
The actually say Uni obite anase obi atake you captive. Now abuse you no de kwati team
or found no moon
na so o body no anase o psyche no etumia build a coping mechanism.
Okay.
Enti nipa no o yawa yakayaka de enso so ye twini free o ho a ompene.
Okay.
Sa situation na Ghana for ewum Stockholm syndrome and sunk cost fallacy.
I see.
Enya sa enka NDC ni MPP enka me metna ha enka nkyere Ghana for say SSC yi o mu free ho.
I see.
Hey, yeah.
Very interesting. So how is it going to also create 800,000 jobs within 4 years?
800,000 jobs no. Already policy document ni ya. Yes, say 8 million jobs projected to be created in 10 years.
8 million jobs projected to be created within 10 years.
Within the next decade.
Okay.
Within the next decade. Into 800,000 no.
Every year be
800 sanity.
800,000.
Sanity.
I see.
Sanity.
So even within the 4 years, by
the 4th year, no, can call about 4 million, about 3.2 million jobs.
I see. Now, so what is the policy direction and the focus of the new Ghana force?
The new force.
The new force.
Me da se will be sa question yi. Unim. Aban bia no a eye serious no na eye serious government no enuoma mienu bi ohono mu a ese so omo di si omani so na saa enuoma mienu no ese se ba akon kosoro no na ba akon ba fom de ese se e ba fom no eye de nyina enim inflation.
Okay.
Na de ese se e kosoro no eye employment. Saa enuoma mienu wi yeah, the no reverse. For the last 30 to 40 years, MPP ni NDC, Eddie Oman no. Inflation, you know, there be a kosoro. And employment, you know, there be a kofom. This is what Nana Kwame Bediako seeks to change. Ye pese e mabunu no enye adwuma eyo. Na ye pese ye produce more. Na Ghana eye net exporter. Sebe ya nyoma beko fom ama Ghana for na yetumi anya disposable income. Ye salary na ye gino ye nyoma na ye ton yetumi anya bi e de ato ho ema ye ma. This is the vision of Nana Kwame Bediako. Simple.
I see. It's strategically was a Ghana or IMF. Ye mostly attack boy ya bosi akrefia manone osio ba Ghana be print on one sika ni ade. I mean the vision is so, but Ghana be mau just 4 years. 4 years not to me find you na. It's more going to this about way. So Ghana for you na etuma moa na Nana Kwame Bediako be president or Ghana ha no say ya within 4 years. The first 4 years are all by dear potty and obabe.
The first thing Nana Kwame Bediako ebeye is to secure 2 industrial plants for each region of Ghana. 2 industrial plants? For each region of Ghana. So that the 16 regions, the yes. 32 industrial plants. Now, industrial plants, you know, Bako air for the mining industry. Okay. And a Bako air for the agro-processing industry. Now, you keep saying, say, in 4 years, you bet to me, you bet to me, you bet to me. NDCD MPP for Nama Yaguna say BBN who are Ghana for be to me ayo. Oh, I see. You doable. Sanity. I see. You I might be to say Norway and Switzerland. Omo population no cry to say and cry a population. Yeah. And so Shanyo Markesia or more. Yeah. Because they have a serious leadership. Interesting. How much is it going to cost Ghana? Say Benya this industry, these 2 industries in all the region, how much will cost Ghana, and how do you intend to generate funds? Because as it stands in Ghana, the car, sir, over 700 billion, sir, the car. Mobile just can't win. I'm there. Is any more and I'm a walk with Jibusi and Biabecano. There be Bosian, dear, and then Nana Kwame Bediako, I buy a ton quanta, a pie. Na o questioner will be say Ibenya Sikano or him. Yeah. When you are mention bibi. Ghana yo oman bia sika wo mu pa nenso so leakages bebre nso so ewo oman nim
ya de kenten konsuo
sanity
I see
Ghana yet say da san eto apai enti sika no egum na esone fa ase adenti na make say if we have a serious government it has the will to pluck systemic leakages. Afibia Auditor General report to say sika you lose to corruption kwan etwam $4 billion. Afibia.
Yeah.
All the time say for saying $16 billion. And just by plugging systemic leakages, $16 billion at the hodada.
I see, which is guaranteed.
Guaranteed. As far back as 2010, 2012, capital flight, sika a free Ghana ha yen to me are accounted for. Na brought $12 billion.
I see.
Enti say wanya hwe kura wo man mu wo de enton hwe produce hwe just end corruption. You immediately have more than $24 billion to start with.
That's a yati bi da o. Yati da o.
Sir.
Oh, yati sika so. O man you here my.
So ka say yati sika so na so wan kire ekwan e befa so apesika no.
Enam amamu a enye enkoyi nti. Ekom de ye. Dr. Bawomi also say if the fundamental is weak, your exchange rate will expose you. We've heard all these things, but this is where we are. This is how we find ourselves. This is that Jim Weddy. New force.
Dear SSA Emma Ghana fo nyina enya enkranhye no munya gidie ewo mu ene say we are not coming with the gargantuan structure of a political party. Adia ba ko eku Ghana fo no minua.
Sir.
Ane aman penimfo no bi wo hono mu a nanka omutiri mu pono enye bone. Nanka omani so ade hunu no yade ebeboa Ghana. Nenso so baggage no a omonde ba no as a political party no eso. Enipa a wakobobo omo hobosia ne dan a watonton abusua sika ode akoye campaign ni nua bi banka ode agbo ne bosia de aye campaign nti no so oba aban ni mu a ese san krofo we nyina tete wo mo ka enji se nipa no ni so ade hunu so kura no a emmem.
Interesting.
And we say we want to operate the leanest and the most efficient governance model ever in the history of African politics.
Interesting.
As I said, ministers, omuya 12, a big kahu, a big deputy crank kahu.
Oh, sir.
Anne.
No deputy ministers. Now, the minister, I mean, how
each minister has a permanent secretary.
A permanent
so you have a secretary to the minister
who will be in charge of all the administrative issues.
Aye.
But ministers will be yes. Secretary, personal secretaries.
There be a secretary or two secretary and yet the author on your mark but
the permanent administrative secretary.
Sanity. Now unim minia Ghana your GDP nyina mo ka say adwuma no so na me mamo perspective.
Okay.
Your GDP nyina about $70 billion. Sa $70 billion no. Enuru company ba ko pe. Company ba ko pe annual revenue e will contribute to say US.
Interesting.
Then so CEO ba ko pe ne da no. We need deputy CEO. Walmart a year ultimately making revenue etwam over $70 billion na GDP no.
But a company is different from a country.
There be so kasa de no so e sikasem ne ye ka ho asem.
Yeah, sikasem. Okay, so ye different. Ba ko ye oman na ba ko ye adwuma. Me
ma another example, yeah. Harvard University.
Also your school.
But nipa na gum.
Yes, I mean
nipa na gum.
School share different from my share.
The endowment of Harvard University and Ghana GDP ya epe. It's over $60 billion. Also nipa ba ko pe na da no. Structures. If you have the will to develop the country, you will do it. They don't have the political will to develop this country. and na yen ni ama almost akwan no and na me catch say we are suffering from the sunk cost fallacy and the Stockholm syndrome. And the earlier we break it, the better for all of us.
As a group is proud.
Sanity.
But very interesting to note. I mean, you have a very fine policies. But what me at tone? Sanse media magana for what you say.
In fact, Ghana for ade o maye no age yensem. So call villages no bebre no na ye kra yesusu say Sam Sajama Yedino, Accra Nikumase Quantity. Then so ye shall say ye qua pro na ye so my own crow for no. Feedback now or more day bano, agency. Oh, a moya who say penny for no cry home so.
I see.
And we are ready to make a change in this country. Yeah.
I see. And all things being equal, 12 ministers, 800,000 jobs within a year. 100 a bit me as to 100 years.
Yes.
Is it within a period of 4 years? No, but me yes, I didn't need that. 4 years, no sir.
100 years, no sir.
100 years, no sir. Then you anybody bit me a store for 100 years.
And I'm the can catch say Ghana assassin 85% air fertile. Enti na my main chawa DB. The city of Tokyo. The population air 40 million. And so the size of Tokyo at the western region.
Yes.
Na me mau perspective be. Say pia Ghana for nyina de kokogu western region na say serious you bekum. You bet me see high rise buildings western region at them.
Yeah.
Ama the rest of the land no you bet me the adua enuaba. You bet me the food. I'm just giving you a perspective. So no and you see, within 4 years, you bet to me and your food reserves are a bit for the next century. And you was remuka. And you was remuka.
So technically,
it was just for context.
Okay.
Now,
but it's practically about the same because, yes, I mean, yes, a high rise building, yeah, the crabby show class will build the beer, be 15 or 17.
The point is not the high rise building. That was just for context.
Okay.
Now, the American say, Assassin Bebre, the Honomoa, Esan say, your leadership no here
say enough. I'm what they planted for food. They railing for export.
And accommodate.
Oh,
Tio Minia, show Ghana Hana wono. So, pese obua or my pa now solve Ghana problem. One of the first things you have to do is to end food inflation. Sebiani bo edin Ghana fo nya ho toda.
And no crap.
Miriam no ka say woni sebiani boarding.
And Rami kotom more small one be 5 kilos. Ghana. Sa de kwesi Ghana ha.
Sa enso so ye dua betimi adua mo Ghana. Ukọ voter region betimi adua mo.
Oh, yendi.
Baby ni ho Ghana ye see ye dua bibia ye ntimi nwia.
Yeah, that's true.
Na you need the political will to do that.
Na just one person just say aban ni aban ya betwa mu komo ya danko dada do e.
Ene wo na waka.
Some because waka say mu political war dey na just
wo na waka.
As a mo dada e if you have the bisa question.
Maybe ya fa dem in parliament kaka.
Yes.
Kwa mo come around so na ye hu say mo
parliament so be for
all the constituencies. The honso mo kon say.
Minia if you me da say obisa sa question yi na yewo enipa bebre a omo open se omo betumi ne owura na kwame bedi akọ in terms of parliamentary no neso so we independent candidate a untimi enka say me parliamentary candidate nie me parliamentary candidate ba ko Huni Valley ba ko ha na say so we are operating a decentralized structure unu ya opese okọ parliamentary no yensi ho kwan dani duru ho na esese ye boa obia no as a team, a formidable force ye be omadi.
I see.
It is obia no. Osha ye bra ka wo yanim. Ene se ne Ghana yen hihye ne tie. Wo a wo ruli se bia mo na mo bedi oman so a yen parliament hihye tie. Wo se mo na mo crofo ne door so ho ne ntina me busa sa question you because
yeah. Na sa asem we metie kire na empanimfo ni bi last mete say panyin pa bi wo Ghana na o ka say independent for no crowd your mood agro now about parliament cry emra ne say as say choose ministers every parliament
about 50% of your
my question is and so what
but emra ya hyehyɛ dia to
emra ya hyehyɛ say as say you ministers every parliament
yes
emra ne nkyerɛ say ministers na your party members
and mo wo ho there but party members go with your ideology
yes.
If on follow ideology, how do you appoint somebody like that to be
there is no ideology that supersedes the supreme will of the Ghanaian people. There is no ideology that is greater than the economic interest of this party. Members of parliament now, their allegiance is not to the political party. Technically,
I'm happy you are
saying they are just running on the ticket of political parties, but they are accountable to their constituents.
That's true.
Enti Samuel Mampenyi na me de dwumadie bi ebeto o man ni me pese minya parliamentary approval na parliamentarians ne say me free wo mo party anase me nwan wo mo ku enti wo mo nsan a the constituents are there, they are watching.
But we've seen most of them. I mean e-levy by and yehunia may see our parliament. So any nasifo hontokwa ne nasifo esi because party for can say oh yeah minority the majority also had their way. Meanwhile new force ebiana munyanya enough representatives our parliament to make me ensure the easy flow of government business. About the South Suwa, it's not going hamo wakwan bia so.
Enye new force na hano. Ade bia no a ebeboa Ghana no. Wo begina obeya kwensidi ama no enye nipa no a ode ade na oba no na wo ha no. Ghana na wo ha no.
Ba ro person ya ade na akwensidi wo ho no mo. Sa akwensidi no so yese bia ya akwensidi eyemra ya lay down.
Enti ugidi se biribi papa bi eba parliamentarians betimi asia no kwan na so betimi asia no kwan there. That is the exact reason in tia ye ka se sankrofo we they don't have the interest of the country at will. The fact say utimi susu o wadwene mu say omo betumi ayesa no e kire say they have never had the interest of the country at will.
But probably they might have a counter view. Ebia now you might have a very superior opinion. To say we'll be creating 800,000 jobs within a year. Also Ghana, be try sika ewa hanu
sanity.
And nema 12 ministers majority of them about 50% to be you parliament. I be na wuni sa domino and asasa anko for
domino domo. So long as no the debi. So long as they are parliamentarians, you can choose your. It doesn't have to be from your party.
But do you have the men?
Do you have the men? No, yeah. The Omo promises said they have the men.
Okay, so
we have the men and we have the women.
Okay.
I see.
So back to Sa Shishe we ye kenye kamba be si mraso. New force mobile yen constitution mo ho ne say.
Enuntina efia me she me kasa na se me can say no human law can immunize itself against human intervention. Constitution na eda ho no Ghana for the money to me. Yes, said the man Ghana for and I share for the interest of the Ghanaian people. And to be bia no a wo sabu kunumu a emwa Ghana no. And say Ghana for you 2 years or no near you free. Period.
But and that form sao.
And that form pa
it would have to go through parliamentary approval. And I'm more to me be
there be any to me na make us a Ghana for as I say 2 years or no near you san your money free.
Just say open we say we yenyi ya to yenyi yema we wom
na your politicians no wo nim say constitution in favor wo ya tro constitution no de ama president ne na powerful enti nyoma na ewo mu na emwa oman no wo mu nka nkire wo nka nkire se munimu say ministries no edoso a adadadada no mo antwa so mo ante so afei ayewura 2024 mo hu se Ghana for mabunu bu afu complain no we say me the system ministers na beba we say mate so about 50 na dey na way.
Yes, because back to another question. Okay, yewra JMA na no launch the manifesto as gracia obey free home. So does it mean say pressure na more dey mom because new force as a youth no more doso and na almost obia cassette ya sa as gracia anti pressure na more dey mom so be say someone na say will you accept that the fact say you are giving them pressure?
If yes say Quatre kwase obema ontuma.
Listen to the name of the
country. Oni na ono say es gracia no obetwam no. What him?
So opportunity to
the first idea says oh yeah you need to set an example. Yeah the man ono say menye.
But you bet.
Say okwa abemu no aba back. Eno
me say wo jibi.
Onye.
What Wajibi as an ex-president Wajibi?
Yeah, we trying to cast.
One more now Ben move for almost so free honey at the end MPs or more parliament. One so Jibi. Empty there be and chain
that's all
reject it. ABSida.
Constitution.
Talk about the one rejected.
Yeah.
You have to reject it and yes I will cast me ba me chum. All
right. There is one of the biggest TV platforms I work on high on TV.
Sir.
Feedback I mean from various places across the country I say kofo kra pesa mobile mo constituents but omo hum wo hono mo
Ghana for nya betre
aka be boss me mienu boss
the make catch Ghana for ne say we are just about to turn the engine on mpacho ane
in aka 89 days
ane your school near can be say last days are dangerous.
Oh, and
these last days will be very, very dangerous. We are just about to turn the engine on into Ghana for Enya Butremaya Pa.
I see.
Campaign I no Ghana for who be that.
Yeah, well, about 275 constituencies in this country.
276.
276. All things being equal. Aka 89 days. Meet me akoni in every.
We are determined.
Because I feel I'm more cotton, Muniema, Mosem, Ediama Ghana for. Despite being on this biggest platform, any other platforms be more try to reach out to the people. For person more feeling more presence. For person more joining the crowd now. I mean, they don't even have any process. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know how to do them.
Minya, I'm say what you actually.
Sir.
It's say. The job day ground.
I see.
It's say your database cry no your pay bill because any pay guso no crash your systems.
Interesting. Currently what's a database
edoso.
But about an average of
edoso ma mi ankasa mi hudwiri me.
I see.
And these are not people who are ye cry say that call in krunkru so say ye professional mechira kwan.
I see.
They voluntarily registered on our website. Ebi frefre, ebi ye wonipa bebre omo angasa atoto omo pickups, branded pickups na dey here adwuma mai. Ebi kura ho na kwa mbedi akwanya we.
Various constituencies in the country.
And this shows to say the end of the political duopoly is nigh.
I see.
We here abempa.
Asudi ebi da musu wana.
Asudie de da yeso na asudie ne na ye nkwan yeso eda Ghana fo nyina so we have a charge to keep as a country enya sa nka anopei minidi yo minua neso so mani hu donti
wa shekuta abota tra oso ne de
yes aduane bo anya de enze me ko no 010
formation abono
me formation am bono me ko no 010
so far remember the electoral process. An election process is not an event. So far, more engagements with the Electoral Commission. I was saying the city here because most of the times, these two leading political parties now, as a less attention is being given to other political parties. So far, more relationship with the EC, let's say.
A relationship with ECD, we better say a love-hate relationship.
Can you hear now? I see.
So who say you bubomu kakra na afe na omo ye de se omo ye. Na ye kan no tumu so be na otwi mienu so na omo pese omo mian.
Oh.
Na so ni nyina mu no Ghana for de omo ni hwe. bibia ni hono mu a ebetumi ama the will of the people no asubside the biarada.
I see.
The nyame aka ne bebem.
Enti ena mo kwa file mo nomination any processes are mo go through ni na no mo ye well assured say mo bibia ye krogin ema yisi enkonkoba say Nana Kwambedi akwan fa ne ma bia amfa nto akwan nti wa disqualified to say ne last or disqualify odike no.
Well, to the best of our ability, and your ma easy no ankasa atro no ahyehyɛ no apone no. Yɛdi ni nyinaa so. Na yɛbɛma Ghana fo nyinaa nso so ahunu. Adwumaden a yɛde akɔ because we documented everything. We have a dossier of evidences.
Oh, okay.
Yɛahyɛ da ɛde agu hɔ. Enti no yɛwɔ we are giving the Electoral Commission the benefit of the doubt.
I see.
So obey na adwuma na obey fair. Enti no.
But mo share throughout this process. Yes, must start say about your process we omo ne ye ne omo hyehyɛ omo de agu akwan no ema mo was some kind of confidence bi omo mo de
your confidence ne dey senka wo ma percentage nka mema na 35%. Nanso so said ye make no saa ne oma we nyina ye ne oma Ghana fo na ama ho kwan Ghana fo na ama ho kwan na wo hwɛ position bi to say electoral commissioner kra no a they should have had a fixed term so no a term where a bit to me transcend the term of the sitting president. Now, many your friend is saying statutory protection.
Okay.
A bit protected or more against arbitrary removal. And he said, "Oh, appoint him as an electoral commissioner. Me found one president I want so. So now appoint him me cry no. Me because minimum say who won't mean free ho. Na say.
But that is the case.
Na make us say emra no ayasese no we have to intervene. Politicians need to say sa na ma we favor omo nti omo nya ho adwuma. Na make kan biem say Ghana for ya ma yani amre na ya ntopel sa duopoly we o man nye ye da. Take it from me. Enye ye.
Interesting. Aka 89 days na Ghana ye na ekoto santene akwakoto aba e de yi ye mampani ene ye mrahye bedwamfo also earlier me bisa say mo wo omombe gina if you bisa say mo wo omombe gina various constituencies in your name say na be ya betumi has the smooth running of government business when you have the majority in parliament. Mo was actually no honomo.
And Amidi can say we are operating a decentralized structure.
Oh, okay.
And the Yawonipa Bibra or more pen or more de musica a finance or more campaign. Into a drew say as I say a boa or munina no near formal a legioner, a singular legioner. We will do it.
All right. So Hubert Bedu, the lead economic analyst, Edema the New Force. And at exactly 10, me no can say me sure say na Kwambedi akon the Electoral Commission office are filing the nomination to become a presidential candidate on the ballot box. And come December 7th, if all things being equal, bibia to 2 year, ni din eba ballot sheet ni so a na Ghana for kotra bombeto e dia ma na Kwambedi akon. In the next 1 minute, Ghana for na abodom pebeti TV achi. Talk to them.
Ghana for me de enchia kese pa mamo na me da mo asenso me gina yenyina enua panyi na Kwambedi akon anemu adam ase odo kese a moyi e de ache the New Force, the fastest growing political movement in the whole of Africa. Na me de she mu nkran enso se ma adwene no enye se oh independent de otoma no a wa say vote enka bida u vote no a wo de kwa akoma MPP ni NDC ama o mawi ni no eye sa vote no a na wo de ma na Kwambedi akon a ono so bewi ni enti I'm encouraging you, the youth of Ghana, mo meka ye ho na ahoden no enye kese na yentumi entopple the duopoly of the NDC and the MPP. Until then, our nation will perish. Madam Wase.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Ibet, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Bibi enya ebesa so edi nkomo biem. Ibet Bedu the lead economic analyst